Welcome to the Chow Down. I'm Red Velvet. That's Uncle Lump.
Hello.
And I got to take my sunglasses off.
Those didn't last long.
Well, maybe I got to put them back on. These lights are brighter than I expected. But
we look nice. We look like
good.
we're in 4K high definition.
You can probably see all the hair that's on my shirt. It's been a busy week. Don't you do it.
But I have one.
Don't do it.
Why? But we're on camera this time.
Ah!
Oh, it didn't go very far.
Yeah, take that.
Oh, I caught it.
I'm going to throw a booger at you.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice try.
I did catch it, though. That was kind of cool.
All right. We caught it. Been a busy weekend. There was opening days this past weekend.
Yeah, all over the place.
All over the place. The Clay County Youth League, Clay County Softball League, Clay City Youth League all had opening days. We were emceeing the CYL opening day.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
We had an absolute blast. Hopefully we did not annoy everyone totally.
And if
You
we
guys
did,
at least had some fun.
yeah, and if we did, you'll get over
Too
it.
bad.
Exactly. Exactly. I did stop by the CCSL opening day as well on my way. Looked like they had a good turnout
Good.
as well. And then we had some wrestling. There's about 20 people at the CYL I need to talk to that said you were coming.
Liars.
Liars. Yeah.
Lies.
Josh Petrowski, you're a liar. I told you I'd say that. I'm a man of my word.
Calling out by name. I love it.
Exactly. He knows I love him.
Maybe
But-
not anymore.
Oh, but you see this here, that means there's a new Diner podcast champion, and his name is Hee-Ho de Appalachia. And I got something to show you.
Man, I wasn't there, and our champion lost this title. Lumpo came and
Hey, man.
saved me from the luchadors, and our champion loses.
I know.
But
Well,
we have new.
we have a new one. And we have a video to show you of how he won his number one contenders match to earn the title shot. And that psycho yelling on the microphone was me. That's why I don't have much of a voice.
Yeah.
But I got a souvenir.
You did. Shout out to my kid with the brilliant idea.
Check it out. I got an autographed piece of the table from Hee-Ho de Appalachia.
That Austin Ryan's booty went straight through,
Well, you know what? Austin Ryan hit me with a chair earlier tonight. So,
which was fabulous, by the way.
well, good. I'm glad it was fabulous.
It made
because
me
hurt.
happy.
I still don't know why my hamstrings hurt from a chair shot to the back, but they did.
Ooh, we'll play that video too.
Okay, we'll play that video too. But it was a fun night. But we got some. We got some things to go over. While he's pulling that up, we'll start with some varsity softball. Clay City took on Greencastle the other night. The Eels won 9-0. Faith Mitchell had the hot bat, had 4 hits, 3 RBIs, and a homer. Bree Rexroad had 4 hits and an RBI. Lizzie Cinders with 3 hits. Ellie Stolting and Abigail Shearer with 2 hits apiece. And Carly Smith added 2 RBIs. And Lizzie Cinders had 9 strikeouts.
Dang, great job.
Oh, yeah.
Clay City then takes on Park Heritage 13-3. Eels with the victory. On the batting side, Faith Mitchell, 2 hits, 5 RBIs, a double and a home run. Lizzie Cinders and Carly Smith both adding a hit and 2 RBIs apiece. On the mound, Caroline Rexroad with 11 strikeouts. Fantastic.
Good job. Moving on, Clay City took on Bar Reeve, and the Eels won 5-1. Lizzie Cinders had 4 hits, an RBI, and a home run. Abigail Shearer, 3 hits, an RBI, and a home run. And Carly Smith with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. And Cameron Rhodes added 2 hits. Lizzie Cinders had 12 strikeouts on the mound.
So the Eels pitching staff is solid.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Northview then takes on Riverton Park 5-0. Panthers with the victory. On the batting side, Mackie Pell with a hit and a triple. On the mound, Maggie Krause with 9 strikeouts. Great job.
You're going to say Maggie Krause a lot today. Knights took on Linton.
Spoiler.
And the Knights won 7-4. Maggie Krause, 4 hits, 3 RBIs, a double, and a home run. Chloe Batchelor had 3 hits and a double. Jalen and Jenna Thompson each had a hit and an RBI. And Maggie Krause had 11 strikeouts.
It's pretty amazing. Then we move on to the Lady Braves Bash. The Knights take on Marshall 21-3. Lions with the victory. On the batting side, Kaylee Krause with 2 hits and a double. Mackie Pell with a hit and a triple. Maggie Krause with a hit, an RBI, and a bomb. And on the mound, Chloe Bailey and Jalen Thompson, both with a strikeout apiece.
All right. Then later on in that same tournament, the Knights took on Paris. The Knights beat Paris 16-4. Then they faced Indy Lutheran, and the Saints win 7-0. And then they faced Robinson, and Robinson won 1-0. Let me get my mouse here. It's easier to scroll for me. Maybe. No!
Not going well. The tabs are moving.
We got too far.
Now we are moving on
Baseball.
to varsity baseball action. Linton versus Mitchell. 8-6 Miners with the victory.
Congratulations, because that's a big rivalry down there with Coach Harden, as we talked last year. Jerry, remember Jerry?
Oh, yeah. We had whole shirts made and everything.
Yep. So
Those never came to life.
Linton defeated Mitchell. Congratulations.
On to the batting side, Kaysen Goodman, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Gage Sullivan with 2 hits and a ribby. On the mound, Russell Goodman with 6 strikeouts, Owen Smith with 4, and Gage Sullivan with 1. Great job.
And Linton took on Bloomington North. The Cougars win 30-1. On the batting side for the Miners, Jake Rose had a hit, an RBI, and a double, and Kaysen Goodman had a hit and a double. On the mound, Ian Motter had a strikeout, and Kingston Crane with a strikeout.
Sometimes those games happen in baseball.
That happens, man.
Cubs just beat the Dodgers like 16-0 the other day. So it
Wow.
happens. Yep.
Are the Cubs good this year?
Probably not. No,
Oh.
I don't know. I've not watched much.
They're starting
baseball,
off early.
Yeah. It's a lot of false hope with the Cubs.
Oh,
So
okay.
you try not to get invested too early. Linton versus West Vigo, 4-2 Miners with the victory. On the batting side, Russell Goodman, 2 hits, an RBI, and a home run. Jake Rose with 2 hits and an RBI, and Gage Sullivan on the mound with 10 strikeouts. Great work. Goodness gracious. That's impressive.
Yeah. And then some scores around the area for Linton. Linton took on Sullivan. The Arrows won 6-0. And then Linton took on Eastern Green. The Miners edge them out 10-9.
Clay City then takes on North Davies 4-3. Cougars with the win. On the batting side, Trey Dayhoff with 2 hits and Mason Camp with a hit and an RBI. On the mound, Trey Dayhoff with 3 strikeouts, Logan Stolting with 5 strikeouts, and Mason Camp with a strikeout.
All right. And then we have the Battle of Clay County. Clay City took on Northview, and the Eels win 12-0. On the batting side for Clay City, Luke Laswell, 3 hits, an RBI, and a double. Mason Sheets with 2 hits, and Wyatt Johnson had a hit and 2 RBIs. On the mound, Mason Camp had 5 strikeouts, and Logan Stolting with 3. For Northview, Gavin McManus had 2 hits, and Jackson Pierce had a hit and a double. On the mound, Peyton Esker had 3 strikeouts, and Nolan Garrison with 2, and Trey Eldridge had a strikeout as well. Whoa.
Great job. Then Clay City takes on Sullivan 10-1. Arrows with the victory. On the batting side, Wyatt Johnson with 2 hits, and on the mound, Mason Camp with 7 strikeouts, and Trey Dayhoff with 2.
All right. Now we get to the Northview. The Knights took on Bloomington North, and the Cougars won 12-0. Then Knights took on Crawfordsville, and Northview wins 4-2. Jackson Pierce had 3 hits. Dominic Barnhart, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. And Quinn Lewis added a hit and a double. On the mound, Jackson Pierce with 6 strikeouts.
Great job. Then the Knights take on Martinsville 7-6. Knights with the victory. On the batting side, Jackson Pierce with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Derek Morrison with 2 hits and an RBI, and Quinn Lewis with a hit and 2 RBIs. Then on the mound, Braden Krieger with 6 strikeouts, and Derek Morrison with 5. Good work.
Good job, guys. Sorry, I'm still scrolling.
That's all right.
All right, YMCA. Ah!
Chaos has erupted.
Oh, they had
Not the Clay County chaos.
They had the week
They have
off.
not erupted
Yeah.
yet.
Now we move to volleyball. 12U. Trent Carr Construction took on Terry's Flower Cottage. Trent Carr with the sweep, and the score was 25-20 Trent Carr and 27-25 Trent Carr.
Great job.
Some stats. Vivian Moore had 7 aces and 3 kills. Hadley Wells had 4 aces and 5 kills. Jaisley LaFerry had 4 aces. Kara had 2 aces. Oakley Wells had 7 aces and 4 kills. Elon Warland had 2 aces, and Kinsey with 4 aces and a kill.
Great job.
Good job.
Then we move on to
Wabash
Valley. Purdue versus Indiana, 11-6. Purdue with the victory. Stats: Avery Weichel with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals. Hallie Huffman with 1 rebound. Hadley Wells with 2 rebounds. Wales, sorry. Went into a real southern accent there. Apologies. Blakely Hickman with 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and an assist. Kaylee Venatti with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Addison Moore with a steal. Oakley Wells with 5 rebounds and a steal. Caitlin Jenna with a rebound. Elliott Beasley with a rebound. And Maylee Whitman with 1 point and 5 steals.
All right.
Great work.
Oh, come on, scroll.
You got this.
My mouse doesn't like to scroll to the east and the west. It just goes north and south. All right, we have North Clay Middle School softball. We have the North Clay ones took on NCMS. 17-3, North Clay with the victory for NCMS. Haley Rohr had a hit, and Emily Hill had an RBI. On the mound, Adeline Pattengale had 2 strikeouts, and Mallory Russell with 1.
Great job.
On the batting side for North Clay, Tinley Sereno had 3 hits, 4 RBIs, and a double. Elena Abusir had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, a double, and 2 triples. Michaela Brewer had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a triple. And Levin Gotzi had a hit, 2 RBIs, and a double. That messes me up. I just need to put double.
Double, yep.
And then on the
Trying to be all official.
I try to be official like the official stat line. It bites me in the butt. Levin Gotzi had 9 strikeouts on that game.
Great job. Then North Clay takes on West Vigo 10-4. Knights with another victory. Emma Woolery with a hit and 2 RBIs.
Then we move on. North Clay took on OC.
Ooh.
I hope that's not the OC like in WWE.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. The Knights win 17-8. They don't want to mess with AJ Styles.
No, the phenomenal
one. From the batting side, Amelia Stidman had 3 hits and an RBI. Jillian Abusir had a hit, 2 RBIs, and a triple. Madeline Pridemore had 2 hits and an RBI. Michaela Brewer with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Mara Moore had a hit, 3 RBIs, and a double. And Tinley Sereno had a strikeout.
Great job. Then North Clay takes on Owen Valley 12-5. Knights with another victory rolling. Michaela Brewer, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Elena Abusir with 2 hits and an RBI. Jillian Abusir with a hit and a double. And Levin Gotzi with a hit, 2 RBIs and a double. And on the mound, Tinley Sereno with 7 Ks. Great work.
Good job. Now it is time. I'm going to scroll over for my favorite part of the show.
Oh, I have new things.
Oh, he's got new things. Ooh, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Put your face on it. I thought you'd
Put
like
my
that.
face on it. And this week's power performers are Maggie Krause for Northview, Lizzie Cinders for Clay City, Russell Goodman for Linton, and Gage Sullivan for Linton. Oakley Wells for the YMCA volleyball. Blakely Hickman for Purdue. Elena Abusir for North Clay. And Levin Gotzi for North Clay. And there is an extra. There's a bonus.
There is a bonus. We received a pretty cool message about a special young man exhilarating a lot of toughness, showing a lot of exhilarating is not the right word, showing a lot of toughness. And we decided that it made for its own category. So this will be the first edition of this. And going forward, it will just kind of be submission only. So if someone that you see during the sports week fits this category, please feel free to send it in. But without further ado,
this is more of a toughness thing. This isn't like he had a good game.
This is more of a
son of a gun,
like mental toughness, whatever, like something cool that happened. And we'll obviously read a little bit of what we were sent here in a moment. But without further ado, the Diner Beast of the Week.
All right. That's right. This week's Beast of the Week is Landon, pissed off. It was submitted that he was base running from first to second and took a 45-mile-an-hour fastball to the ribs. They said it sounded like it hit a side of beef, and you could hear it from beyond the center field fence.
Yikes.
This young man hopped up and played on like nothing had ever happened.
I'd still be laying there right now.
Me too.
A couple days
Me
later.
too. So congratulations to that young man for being a tough kid.
Great toughness, buddy. And again, anybody that fits this, and it could be a great at bat. It could be, anything along those lines, just something to kind of add to the program a little bit. And we wanted to add a little something special. So not only will you be the first one, but you literally had a category created for you.
Yes.
So
yes,
congratulations, buddy, and way to be tough.
Yep, way to be tough. And now it is time to thank our beautiful sponsors. Thank you to Wabash Valley Plumbing. Peak Performance Gym. RJ's Formal Wear. And Stitch Brands.
That was very sweet, and
I was trying my new voice out because I can't be over the top.
you can't yell.
Can't be over the top right now. So,
Well, you did a fantastic
well, thank
job.
you very much.
And we were going to go out on the video of Mr. Red Velvet
Oh,
getting
yeah.
hit with a chair, but I forgot he says a bad word in it, so we can't play it.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
I mean, I'm not going to risk it. I think
Okay,
so.
we won't risk
But I think so.
You'll have to go to a different post.
Yeah, if you want to go and look at it on our page, it was posted on Saturday, but Mr. Red Velvet took a chair shot to the back, and it was pretty awesome. So
Yeah, now I'm cut up.
maybe we'll edit it down to where he does not say the bad word.
We just
can
cut
show it
just
again.
the straight up chair. That was because Aaron Atlas was trying to break my arm.
That was why you said the bad word.
Yeah.
You about got your arm broken, but
Yeah, jerk.
I digress.
But you know what? Austin Ryan hit me with a chair, but he also, I got the payback. He went through a table, and he didn't get to win the number one contenders match. So that's that.
Yeah, we do have a new champion. It'll be fun to see how it plays out. May 10th, the next show.
Oh,
Tickets available now.
Okay. We'll see you next week. We're out of here.
Bye.